Hello everybody, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and start off for this year in 2026 as the first week of January is about to begin and have ourselves for a racing New Year's resolution for today's weekly challenge on Gran Turismo 7. Viewers, feast your eyes on this one because we have ourselves to go for a brand new special race at Yas Marina Circuit by using both version of the Gran Turismo F3500-A or -B version. This is going to get much more competition to have a nice 99 style of the F1 racing. We'll begin and have ourselves to go with some 4 featured road-going events, including with the Nissan GTR Cup as well as Circuit Gilles Biabulu as the newest as part of Spec 3 updates. As other 3 events like Grand Valley Sub Reverse for European Sunny Cup 400, Daytona Road Course for American Clubman Cup 700, and Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix layout and Porsche Cup, as we're about to begin and have some 3 prices of credit tickets. We'll have to go compete in 1 event. We'll receive with 100,000 Gran Turismo credit, 3 events and 200,000 GT credits, and last but not least, 500,000 Gran Turismo credit to compete in all events at once. So better get ready, viewers. This year is about to go for a fresh start to have a new beginnings as we're about to keep on racing, stay clean, and have a good eyes-on participation to go for the first one if you're about to be entered at Yas Marina Circuit to go for only 1 version in the Gran Turismo F3500-A or the letter B version. So I'll have to bring out to have a brand new UDRS Inspirtech livery. We'll go for a feast your eyes on surprise. Just away, viewers, so I had to get down and have the first race. We'll go line up in order, so I had to give it all I got, and the new year awaits. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin and ready to start for today's brand new weekly challenge. So it's up to a brand new season awaits us as I'm about to go entered in Grand Valley South reverse direction for European Sunny Cup 400 in race 1 and take 3 laps. We'll go pack up to have a nice retro supercar to go golden moment and have a Total Drama World Tour team variation of Team Victory on the Ferrari 308 GTB 1975. But this time, as I decided to go with no upgraded parts allowed and just have comfort soft tires because the performance point is good to go in 509.97 and the suggestion to be placed to go over by 400. And I believe only 1 single race without having a full competition to take 10 laps around the course because of the Gran Turismo F3500-A or B version on Yas Marina Circuit, which is going to have to bring out to have a 5-lap challenge surprise. Just to wait to see how it turns out, and this is going to get much more different out there for the new set of the weekly challenges to go under by an hour. I shall see how it goes, and heading up to go for a great start for a new site of beginning for January 2026. I'll have to go for it whenever it takes to have my channel to go up in 1,500 subscribers is a New Year's resolution for a goal racing objective. So here I go, viewers. First lap is up and start the music. Inside the tunnel is coming in by taking the first turn after overtake the 2009 Alfa Romeo Mito is in 12th place as I go onward in position 11. Once I'm about to get behind on the Audi TT 3.2 Quattro, we'll be ready up on my skill. Just have to keep it nice and neat, and partially to go for comfort soft tires is the best choice in European road car, and that will be the best possibility to have your own kind of European road car specified pick to have your own choice. Boarding call comes in on sector 2. Let's get catch up to the Volkswagen Golf GTI 7 2014 during in sector 2. Got to go de-accelerate and accelerate to have a good eyes on the main turn to go enter in the hill climb. There you go. Let's go for sector 3 and eyes open, so I had to go overtake at Kilian Drummond in the Peugeot 205 GTI 1988 to have the last 2 turns remain before the first lap. It's about to be moving on in lap 2. So I see a few of them, and also yet for only one DS3 automobile is in first place. First lap has been checked, and fastest lap time before moving on in lap 2 to go for only a minute, 27.786 seconds. Okay, very nice. Third place is going right off the start, so to get behind on in Waters in the Lancia Delta HF Evoluzione. Got to go retro old style fashion and steady up to go in about 8 seconds remain as I go onward, and drive well to go golden focus in first place in about 7.6 seconds as I take on in second place. Okay, going up on gear 3. Things are about to get nicer out there to take one race at a time, and momentarily it's going to get much more different out there without having one single race, just like the WTC 800 or Group 1 Prototype Series or any kinds of various race events to go for a number of laps to go up in 10. But this is going to get much more different out there to have some 5 races available to have one of them in 3 laps and 4 of them to go for a 5-lap participate only. But I will wait and see, and here comes the third and final lap after finishing up on the second lap. Okay, now let's go for it, and fastest lap time to go update of an improvement. Gonna have to catch up and get closer on A Miura. Is gonna have to go for only 0.6 seconds behind. Just have to get focused and eyes on the DS3 racing. This will do very nicely for the Ferrari 308 GTB 1975 for the Total Drama World Tour team variation of Team Victory. We'll go one-way ticket and get back in Sector 2. That's more like it. Modern day hatchback has been dropped down to second place by a retro golden supercar to be going focused in the first. Just hold it steady. Any kinds of road car is going to get much more well tested, just like the previous weekly challenges as we already been there before. So it's almost done in the final sector, so I have to go for only the last 2 turns remain. Just take that line check, inside to go nice and slow. Okay, perfect on gear number 3 to stay in neat. Now, gonna have to go full stretch, and here comes the checker flag as I'm about to go for it and reach the main possibility to be a team in the first. That's more like it. First race is in the clear, and nicely job for a classic competition for the Ferrari 308 GTB with the Total Drama World Tour livery. Team Victory has now been got it all to be achieved by the first. Very nice, and good work to take a first steps. We'll be starting out for the January in the first week. Total time in 4 minutes 22.109 seconds, and still have the fastest lap time in 1 minute 27.78 seconds on the second lap before moving on in Daytona International Speedway for the road course in American Club and Cup 700s. So that's 52,500 credits, and one prize of the ticket has been obtained and received to go for 100,000 Gran Turismo credit before moving on to have the short intermission in replay. Alright, now I'll have to go for a short thumbnail image to be well captured, and the main scene is right over here in Sector 2 during the main part on the third lap. But close as ever, so I had to change things up and go for respective ways to have the main part to go for only a front view of the image. Okay, very nice. Just have one content replay save, and let's go moving on in race number 2. So I'll have to decide to go for a random choice of pick to have my racing outfit and a random choice of American car selection. Moving on to race number 2, viewers, and this time as I'm about to go in American professional tune car to have the element roots of a Japanese road car, and decided to have one single G-rated Fuku C with my UDRS Inspirtech livery is good to go. but they will be having some adjustments, might need to be packed up and go suggested to be recommend myself to be using in racing medium compound tires. And also yet, as I put up with the fully customized suspension, LSD and fully customized as well, few other parts we might need to go adjusted and well maxed out to go in 610 horsepower and performance point to be well checked and good to go in 702.83 performance point to be checked and apply. Just have to go tuning up on the transmission and fully customizable racing, calculate performance, and that should do very nicely to have one clutch and flight wheel to be set in racing. And last but not least, to install parts on the engine balance tuning and polish ports is raring to go. Now let's get going, viewers. Race number 2 is up, and here I come. We'll go for early evening in the Wagon Midnight Stage style and see some few other American muscle cars and sports car coupe, including with a Ford Focus RS 2018 is about to join the party, and it's going to get much more pleasure out there to go for only one professional tune car to have a combination with some American tuner aftermarket brand and a main base for a Japanese build car to be well designed on the track. Let this be the moment to see the contender C for my UDRS livery. We'll go last place in about 3 seconds, and first lap is coming up. Let's go feel the flow of the racing line and take the infield before entered on the first turn to get up and get behind on out on Tapai in the Ford Mustang GT 2015. As you may ever think to go for only one American professional tune car to face up with some few American muscle cars, sports car, and hatchback for only one single session at the grid, just to see how it turns out to go well packed and well trained to go for an amp up of the speed or horsepower if you're about to choose only one main option to have yourself to go test it with a skill and go on the track once you're about to go achieve the objective by finish in first place after clear from American Clubman Cup 700 in race 2. So here comes the double up on the 4th and 8th generation Chevrolet Corvette. So I had to go for it, and the pleasure is about to go clear on the main exit point after the West Horseshoe. And now let's go high speed in the dirt sector, so I had to take the left side and go outside by a round in the corner. Only down to 18 seconds left, so I had to go kick it up into high gear and switch it in gear number 5 to go pack up in 185 miles per hour. Once I had to go swooping closely and overtake a Regalado in the Dodge Viper GTS 2002 to go closely and watch the space when you're using the radar to keep yourself on surveillance once you're about to be entered at the bus stop chicane. Okay, keep it nice and neat. And here comes the final sector. Okay, satisfied to be clevered, and mostly double overtake after the final turn at the end of the first lap, and good on the right bat to help myself to be placed in second by the faster lap time in just 1 minute 54.162 seconds. Okay, very good start for my UDRS contender C for the G-Ready Fuku C. Second place, and go directly in about 7.7 seconds left to catch up to Igor Fraka in the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Stingray 2014. Pro Tune car does it all just like real going American car, viewers. 2 choices and 1 specified regulation is the best one in the track. Just have to keep it steady, just like doing a different method since last time at Willow Springs International Raceway in the streets of Willow in reverse direction. So far so good, and decent lap time to go pack up to do a 1 step ahead and have the medium compound tires to be stay on the grid and go racing like a true spirit of the Devil Sea. Okay, almost there. Just have to go maintain the pace and get behind Igor Fraka in about 0.2 seconds up ahead. I'll have to give him a head start first, so I have to get behind him and then do the exit on the bus stop to go in last. That's more like it. Now here comes the 5th sector. Decide to go inside the position and race well on the line. One good simple starters is I had to go finishing up in the halfway point before the penultimate lap on the third lap is going to check, and upon arrival to go update in the fastest lap time in 1 minute 51.875 seconds. Now wonderful and very good, terrific to see the professional tune car once going up and well deserved to be starting out in last place at the first lap and go all the way during the main entrance to go around in the early session in lap 3. So I had to keep counting out on the sectors. First one is clear and just had to go around on the West Horseshoe in sector 2. So I really do believe, as I've been working so hard out there by over 13 years, but luckily, as my channel is about to be proceeded to go for the celebration of 14th anniversary, but this would have to go for only one good excellent celebration in the year 2027 to have my channel to go in the 15th anniversary. But wow, it's been too long out there since my journey as a YouTuber ever since from 2012. Talk about days goes by and time will change. So here comes the next sector, coming back again, and wow, looks like I'm just going way too fast out there to be well placed in first position and gap distance to go by 10 seconds. So I believe that will be quite very impressive if you guys really think about professional tune cars to go for American specific to be racing in American Clubman Cup 700. Just like the G-Ready Fuku C, but one good best example it is that you might have to be well preferred to go in sports category, or you might have decided to go for racing hard compound tires instead. So here comes the final lap. Let's go time attack one more time and push it to the limit to have my record to be placed in 1 minute 51.384. Gap distance is been doing well update on 14.6. Just have to take the international horseshoe on turn 3 and go quicker up on commit at turn 4. Just have to go eyes on the line and eyes on the sunset. The time of day is about to go switch things up to go in the early twilight hour, and that will bring out to have the true racing spirit of a double C to have the main best course on the straightaway. Okay, more racers are coming around on the first turn by proceed to the final lap. Just wait until Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix layout in the Porsche Cup will be coming up soon in race number 3 right after this. It's going way too fast and too perspectiveless. Just only have next sector by 2 more. Okay, here comes the final sector. This is it. And wow, looks like I'm going way too fast to have the gap distance in 21.4 seconds. And that will be doing well impressive to go for a quicker up on a time attack once I'm about to get reach up and get closer by 1 minute and 50 seconds. And there we go. Looks like first place is clear, and checkmark number 2 has been proceeded to go enter in the halfway point for race number 3. Team UDRS is protecting the G-Ready Fuku C as a contender has been well checked, complete, and very good impressive to go for a standing outcome results on race number 2. Let's proceed to have a good look and total lap time to go for a fastest in the 4th lap in 1 minute 50.074 seconds and a total time of 7 minutes 27.495 seconds in US Clubman Cup 700 at Daytona International Speedway on road course. So that's 45,000 GT credits to be earned, and not yet before moving on in race number 3 to get a good odds on receive the credit ticket for 200,000 Gran Turismo credit after proceed to go doing a short animation on the replay to have an odds on the thumbnail image. And here it goes. Just at the pause right here, switching up the camera and putting up to have a best scene in the perspective ways. Okay, maybe closing up. Just wait until the next picture, and there you go. Alright, very nice. Now, I'll have to make sure to save this content replay to be saved later on, and let's go to Porsche Cup for Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix layout. Okay folks, next up, as I'm about to use the Porsche 911 Carrera RS Type 993 1995 with my UDRS Inspirtech livery to be set and tuning requirement to go under by 650 or less, as I got the few parts, everything is all I need. Just like have as usual to be using in sports soft tires, LSD in fully customized along with suspension and few other parts, and have the power restrictor to go suggestion and place in 98%. Just have to turn up a little bit to go in 300 kilometers per hour on a fully customizable transmission in racing category, and that's it for now. 2 installed parts is check, and let's have 5-lap challenge before moving on to Circuit Gilles-Biébalou as race number 4 on Nissan GT-R Cup. Got to keep going. It's going to get nicer out there to have one Porsche Cup to take on in the no chicane layout session around on Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix layout. 5 laps is all I need, and just have to get myself prepared to go work up to have one showcase livery to be prior to the upcoming custom race afterwards. But as the racing excitement will have to just keeps on going. So I'm all set and ready up to go last place in the first lap. We'll go kick up the music to go racing in the flow. So I must go for it. Slipstream is approaches to help myself to go enter by the first turn to go quicker overtake on Patrick Besson in the Porsche 911 GT3 Type 996 2001. But one Type 993 for the Porsche 911 Carrera RS 1995 in last place, and put myself to go rolling in 15th place. But it'll have to go quickly out there because of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 992 2022 is in the scene. So I have to go quickly as possible because this race is about to get a little bit much more harder out there to have my own UDRS Inspirtech livery will be on Challenge Accept. Just have to get behind on Eberhardt in position 11, turn 5 clear, and moving on around to have Sector 2 will go steady up quickly to have a good eyes in the TV3 corner. Just have to get myself ready up and go eyes on the focus. In position number 9 is F. Wolf for the Type 992 Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Okay, very good. One opponent has been boxed in, so I had to take the upper hand and go on Sector 3 at turn 10. That should do very nicely, and gap distance is about to be down to 12.9 seconds. So I have to look ahead and go proceed to have an exercise caution before proceed on the no chicane session zone on turn 13 and 14. Just have Jay Courtois will have to go overtake and have the Catalunya corner to have the nice Porsche 911 Carrera RS Club Sport Type 993 1995 with the same type of the model. So let's go time attack and heading up for the second lap as I had to go offense in about 11.1 seconds to go. But I'll have to do the honors on the first and second turn in about 2.7 seconds to catch up towards John DeWong's current position. It'll do nicely, and the hard racing challenge awaits me for the third part in the halfway point once I'm about to go cheap and finish hard in first place until the final lap is about to be set to go finishing up as well. Okay, close call on Sector 2 by enter the fourth turn. Looks like F-Wub is about to go a little bit more offense in about 2.2 seconds. Okay, gonna have to go a little bit more commit on the inside apex. John DeWong overtaking the Porsche Cayman GT4 2016. Now, gonna have to catch up to T. Sugawara in the Type 996 Porsche 911 GT3, and that means for Tristan Bayless in the Club Sport version with the same Porsche 911 Carrera RS Type 993. steady as it goes. Decided to go for only one good skill of a super pace of the UDRS Insportec. We'll be going offense and drive well cautiously to have the brake zone check in third sector by taking turn 10. Okay, very nice. Got to get closer to Jose Serrano's current position in the Porsche Carrera GTS 1965. Okay, 1964 has been doing well to be pending on overtake. Chance up to go third place. Steady up and go. Looks like Epwub and still remain in position 6. Adriano Carrasa took over about 2 minutes until the fastest lap time as I got myself in a minute 57.475 seconds. Now that's the spirit for Team UDRS Insportec during the dirt lap to go in the halfway point. Just only have 2 Porsche opponents remain, and that means for Angel Inestrosa for the Porsche 959 1987 is about to go for all-wheel drive defense to be placed in the first. So I had to go all the way and get back at sector 2 momentarily, and update on the gap distance is hanging on the ropes in about 3.7 seconds left to go. Come on, still might need to keep doing this. All that practice of hard work racing is all I need to get myself to go for a training up practice ground before the start of the UDRS Racing Showcase to be placed as the number 3. Just have to take a little bit of a while. Only down to 2.1 seconds. Alright, there we go. Just almost there, and have that slipstream to go early brake point towards turn 10. And here it comes. Just have to avoid a little bit more one single contact, and right at the spot to go scene overtake. Alright, pretty nice and pretty neat. Let's see how the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 992 can actually gonna have to keep up with that. And here it comes by doing the 14th turn at the Cataluna before proceed to the 4th lap. So here comes the side-by-side. Gonna have to go and brake for it. Next lap is on the way and clear from the third lap as I got a minute 55.917 seconds, but unless triple side-by-side comes in, and it's going to get crazy out there to see 3 Porsches accompany, and Adriano Carrasa for the Type 997 for the Porsche 911 GT3 2009 is coming up to go in first place. So I have him on sight and gonna have to go inside around on turn 3. I'll be the honors of the overtake and go clear onward to have the next sector to go back at number 2. And then this will go for Porsche Racing Dance of the Skill. Come on, this will do very nicely to see this good kind of a fully tuned GT3 world car to have my own kind of a UDRS livery for a style element of GT500 from the Japan Grand Touring Car Championship. Just only have one good clever temporarily to be well style of performance without being participate from the Porsche Esports Challenge back from the previous seasons. Okay, here it goes. Just have to stay on him. And closer in at turn 10 by enter the final sector at the end of the 4th lap. Well, that was close call. Talk about doing some tragic measures. We'll have to go counter up. So far so close. That was definitely might be loosening up my own best skill of the control. Alright, time to turn this race around and get set to go for the final lap. That was so absolutely close around by turn number 12. I sure had to be on a reminder next time if I had to try to remain calm. So, final lap, here I come, and Adriana Carrazza has already took the fastest lap time in 1 minute, 55.087 seconds, so I had to strap myself in and go for the roundabout on turn 3. Just have to keep using the slipstream if I had to go for one single speed at a time to go enter by the 4th sector. And it all comes down to this, only 2 more sectors left. This will have to take a little bit much more further out there to have an eyes on the time progression until the sunset is about to be here until now. Come on, just have to keep going. And there goes the TV3 corner. Now's my chance, and step up the apex to go further in about 0.3 seconds to go. Okay, here it goes. Time to turn things up to go heated paces. 4th gear coming up, and early brake comes in onto the final sector, and here it comes. If I had to finish in first, this would go a little bit much more hard on the pressure if I had to get behind him in second to be ends up until this race is about to be over soon. Just easy on the throttle, and just have to go for a quicker up on the commit. Come on. Almost there, and steady up to go possibility. On second thought, the choices will be well made to the decision, and there you go. Okay, close call for comfort, and finishing up on the 3rd stage for the 1st of January weekly challenge number 1 in 2026. If I rather had to do that, it will go much more clever to go pushing up and stay focused for only one 2009 Porsche 911 GT3 Type 997. Total time in 9 minutes, 41.872 seconds before the Type 992 911 GT3 RS 2022 to be finished in 3rd place as the fastest lap time, as I did good out there for only a minute, 53.696 seconds. But I'll have to try harder next time, and it is going to be one good Porsche Classic road car to be on the right start, as I still might need to go for a standard up as I ends up in second for receiving 48,600 Gran Turismo credits. So far so good, and 200,000 Gran Turismo credit on the ticket has been received. And then let's go for a short intermission on the replay. Just to go in the 5th lap by 9 minutes and 30 seconds to be take place right over here. It was so obviously close out there to see one Type 993 Porsche 911 Carrera RS, as I still might need to catch up to go onward, but this will do for only one best example to have the scene of the sunset to go around. But that should do nicely, and I'll have to keep it for one of a reminder, as I had to keep moving on to Circuit Gillespie-Blue for a penultimate race number 4 in the Nissan GTR Cup. So I had to be ready, get set, and go for the 4th race, as I had to be required to go for a race suit and helmet to be outfit to go style in Nismo when using the Nismo C2 model of the R34 Skyline GTR 2005. In addition to the Mine's BNR 34 Skyline GTR M1 base around in Circuit Gillespie-Blue as a feature opponent, but this will go for only 1v1 professional tune car to see which one is going to be the most high expensive professional tune car after being purchased from the brand Central. So let's have a good look on the detail, and the next race to go for a penultimate round on number 4 for the 1st week of January Weekly Challenge 2026. 5 laps and one additional extra, as I had to be put myself to go with some few other adjustments, and I have the anti-lag system will be set to be turned off and will go preferred to be set into weak motion to be changed and calculate to go update into 679.61 performance point. But that should do nicely, and it will go faster up to have yourself to go full control on acceleration in turns with some cornering and high speeds on straightaway. This is going to be so GTR awesome out there, viewers. This will do very importantly to have a 1v1 professional tune car between Nismo R34 Skyline C2 model and the Mine's BNR34 GTR N1 base, and this time Hiroshi Okamoto is about to go featured as well to have a pre-race interaction before taking on in Circuit Gilles Blue for a 5-lap challenge. So here he is right now in first place and go for a pre-race detail on the interaction. I'm Hiroshi Okamoto from Japan. Today I'll be driving a BNR34 GTR N1 base from the iconic Japanese tuning firm Mines. A living legend from 1999 to the early 2000s, this cartoon heads wherever it went to race. Rebuilt from the ground up, it may not like much, but it's the pride of Mines. Oh, and in case you didn't know that this is a full restoration model from 2021. Good tip of the advice, Okamoto, and see that, viewers? This is the most important example about the Mines BNR34 GTR N1 base has now been resurrected to becoming as the most iconic 2021 model. Now, let's see how it turns out, and start the countdown for the rolling start will be initiated for Okamoto to take head start in first place, as I'm about to go 16th place and last. Here comes the first and second turn. Gonna have to get behind on the Nismo 400R as I had to go for a 2005 Nismo R34 Skyline GTR suit tune. We'll have to go climbing up in first place any way I can. And that will do very nicely to go amp up for the high turbocharged RPM. We'll go ultra performance to be stay focused and have the best advantage ever yet on straightaways. So I have to get closer nice and neat, and the corners we'll have to take first steps as I have to stay nice and neat to go overtake by one GTR Skyline at a time. It's going to get a little bit heavy and fast, and the gap distance is about to be set in 32.7 seconds. So I had to drive well to be mastered, and well skill for a fully tuned all-wheel drive is about to be ready up and go all the way to have the first chicane on turn 8 and 9. Okay, there's M. Estebas in 13th place in the T-Spec version for the R35 Nissan GTR Premium Edition 2024. Steady up as it goes, and third sector is on the way to go sharp up the hairpin to go inside the apex around by turn 10. So here comes the drag racing moment, so I have to go kick it up in the high gear and gonna have to see how fast can it go before doing the second chicane on turn 12 and 13. And that will be doing much more nicely to go for a quicker up on a high advantage if you're about to go early brake on the zone. Let's take it nice and slow and have that chicane to go slow in and fast out on the exit. Full stretch coming up, and the gap distance is about to go quick adjusted and decrease in 25.9 seconds before heading up in lap number 2. So this 10th place driver is the new face, A. Legulp. Very nice name and quite good for the red R35 Nissan GTR Nismo. It's been well packed up to go for 2017 Premium Edition. Just have to get behind him and go on turn 3 and 4. Slow in, fast out a little bit, and just have to keep a good eyes on the gap distance to go for a sub countdown. And there we go. One 2017 Nissan GTR has been overtaken, and heading up to go for the next opponent for the R33 Skyline is P. Leonore. Okay, that's more like it. See how fast can it go, and momentarily for Hiroshi Okamoto when using the Mines BNR34 Skyline GTR N1 base as a resurrected 2021 model has still remained to go up in the frontline position to be stay in first. It's time to keep up the good GTR racing work, viewers, and here comes the next sector, comes back, and more GTR opponents are about to go for a crowded company. Okay, some new opponents are about to be joined in and take on the slipstream after clear from turn 11 along with turn 10 at the hairpin. Got to go fast and overtake one at a time. Okay, there you go. Just have to go concentration and stay behind on the 6th place driver. Let's go GTR on the conga line. Cha-cha-cha, and right at the final turn exit to go for the next lap after the second run. Okay, looks like Asus Rillo is in the scene, so I had to let him go first and take the third turn to go around to have the second turn exit. But that will be much more quite possible if you're about to be using for the 2005 Nismo R34 Skyline GTR C-Tune, who had to take on with Hiroshi Okamoto during this race for the Nissan GTR Cup after Circuit designed the clerks on 8-course layouts. But however, both of them in different aftermarket brands to go for high expensive prices to go in 3 million Gran Turismo credit once you're about to take a stop-by visit in Brand Central to see the different models and same R34 generation platform to see the different style of performance. With this one, has also yet featured to go for only one different changes to go for a non-wide body and the wide body specific to be brings out to have some different appearances to go for some customization options, and for the Mine's BNR34 Skyline GTR N1 base that does not include to have a wide body option and brings out to have something much more different out there once you're about to take a good look and full tour on Spectre Update after I've just been putting up to have the latest content videos since last month in December. But it's been a month since the big release of Spectre Update, and the racing journey is about to keep on to have the best excited moment ever yet to see what's next. But talk about doing the best moment to go decrease on the gap distance, full drag race for the third time is coming up and gonna have to take that next turn onto the final chicane right after the third lap. It's only down to 6.4 seconds. Time for me to go back on the rocks and skill for the Nismo R34 Skyline to go for the spirit of the references from the R32 generation. It all comes down to have the fourth lap by moving forward. Gonna have to get behind and overtake B Sato in third place for the 2024 T-Spec version of the Nissan GTR Premium Edition. I had to go inside at turn 3 and keep it much more side by side to go close in. But thank you for the monitor surveillance on the radar, so I had to get closer and about a few more gap distance left to go by 4.7. So I'm getting closer for the next opponent is Old Bandy Ben in second place. So here comes the main chicane, comes around by the brake zone. So to get closer for only one R35 GTR before Hiroshi Okamoto, who had to stay down onto the hold down position as I see him in the far distance in about 4.4 seconds left to go until the final lap is about to be ahead of us. But it's all about to have the tour and hands-on impression if you're about to have a good experience to go with any kinds of Nissan Skyline generation for the R34 platform, just like this one as I'm currently using it for the main part of the racing segment during the first week of January weekly challenge. Fastest lap time to go improved by a minute, 50.350 seconds, and wait until the final lap is about to get closer from right until now. But not yet at least. I see both of them, so I had to give it all I got and bring out with an ultra high turbocharged RPM to be set and take on the final lap. And there we go. Only a minute, 49.877 seconds, and it all comes down to this. Just to keep going and stay on tip-top shape for the racing GTR motion. Just have turn 2 to be clear and brake zone approaches to go eyes open on turn 3 and 4. Here I go, viewers, close in driving compact style coming up and take the second sector to go on turn 6 and 7. Just have to be patient a little bit. Just have that C-Tune Skyline GTR Nismo who had to go moving up in second place, so I had to get closer to Hiroshi Okamoto for the Mine's BNR 34 Skyline GTR N1 base. And here it goes. 1v1 professional tune car battle for first place is set active. I must go for it. Just wait until the hairpin on turn 10 by reaching the final sector, and one more drag run is good to go. Alright, here goes. It's high time to go acceleration and quickly to go for upper hand advantage as I have to take myself to go first place in the lead. Here comes the last part for the chicane in turn 12 and 13. One good touch of the apex, and final stretch, it's about to go for the finish line in the podium. Successful, and Nismo R34 Skyline GTRC tune takes the win. Very nicely job for race number 4 for received checkmark, and that means for only one more round to go, Yas Marina Circuit awaits us for a special race on the Gran Turismo F3500-A and F3500-B version to see the differences after doing a demonstration to go for a 1v1 and custom race. But gladly done to see a total time in 9 minutes, 10.716 seconds, and here is the new set of the fastest lap time in 1 minute, 47.198 seconds has been cleared, GTR, and going right back on the rocks to the skill of a reference. Nicely job, and price up the money to go for 132,000 Gran Turismo credit by clean bonus and 50% by double up on the earning. So sweet to be pleasured, and one good red helmet for the Nismo and the Nissan racing outfit has been well approved and very much more clever out there to see this race to go for a newest part for Spectre update. But talk about doing one exciting moment to go proceed to the final lap during the main part of the content replay to have a short period on intermission. So here is the part right now, viewers. I'll switch up onto a different view of position, and I'll have to go prefer like this one. Just give me one good masterpiece, and just have to go for the next part, and one short moment on the drag run to see one professional tune car with a C-tune version, and the mine's being R34 Skyline GTR N1 base. So that's it for now, but not yet at least. Only one more race to go, and let's go proceed to take the finish line to help ourselves to go for a presentation as I'm about to bring out with the UDRS Inspirtech livery on the Gran Turismo F3500-B after taking part of the newest race event for the Nissan GTR Cup at Circuit Gilles-Biabelou. And I hope this will bring out to have a coverage showcase just to let you guys know, and this will bring out to have a full review on display. And this we're about to be coming right here for only one night race in Yas Marina Circuit, viewers. 5 laps around the track for a brand new special race on Gran Turismo F3500-A and the F3500-B. But 2 regulation for a specified vehicle only, and listen to the roar of a 1990s Formula 1 car is about to begin and ready up to have ourselves to go for a 5-lap challenge. So I believe this will be very nicely out there to take one single race without taking part for only one course and 10 laps by having one pit stop available. But that's good for us and the main rival cars as usual if you're about to go for the F3500-A or the F3500-B to be packed up, and you might need to go either on 3 choices to go for a compatible swap engine to see how it feels. But one thing perhaps, the presentation showcase to go by a minute and 4 seconds to have a good look as I had to go for a review showcase for my own UDRS Inspirtech livery on the Gran Turismo F3500-B. But much more quite impressive and almost to be a bit more identical to the original kind of a UDRS Inspirtech livery on the Gran Turismo F3500-A. But much more clever and give the good kind of a style variation to be well-deserved grade as a 1990s historical icon F1 racer. But I bet it'll do nicely out there to see a shared organization to have my own race as I had to be well planned and go ready up to have one special race to be put up to the test. But one more thing perhaps, as the settings were to go review on detail to have a good look in case if you're about to go for the B8, B10 or the B12 engine, whether you like to have your own decision to pick to have yourself to go train and test it from the stop-by visit at the GT Auto. But more importantly, if you're about to use any kinds of different set of customization options, free welcome to, And I'm about to get started right now and see how it feels to take 5 laps around the course in nighttime. I'm so glad that this is going to be the perfect race for all of us, as we're about to be finishing up to have the first week of January of this year for 2026. But I bet they will be having some more upcoming challenges to have the special race will be proceed onward until the next later on for the future weekly challenges, as we have to take the 1 lap magic challenge and the time trial if we're about to go on specified vehicle only. So here they are right now. 10 participants, including myself, will go with organized to have the Gran Turismo F3500-A and B version is about to go even match and see how it turns out to go for a countdown in about 3 seconds. So let's hear some noise for the B8 and B12 F1 engines all together. And this UDRS livery is about to be ready up to go for a competition debut spotlight for only one special race, as the first lap is about to get underway. Few of the racers on both versions on the Gran Turismo F3500-A on Michelin tire stickers, and few of them in F3500-B to go for the Dunlop tire stickers. The stage is set, and here comes the 5th turn. We'll go slipstream as I'm about to take the straightaway to go catch up on the 9th place opponent. Here I come, and 9th position is coming up, and 11 seconds to go placement in the main total gap distance. So I have to go eyes open. Turn 6 and 7 out of the chicane is about to get nice and slow, so I have to go quicker up and put myself in 8th place to catch up towards the 7th place driver is Espira in about a few more seconds before moving on in sector 3 by coming up on turn 9. And there we go. Right at a good position, and take the 7th position to come right in and get closer in about a few more seconds by 0.2 up ahead. And here comes the dancing scene to go enter by turn 12 through turn 14. 90-degree angle is going to get much more slow and steady to go skill for an F1 racing experience. Okay, here comes the final turn. Got to take the 16. And here comes the full time attack after the warm-up in the first lap, and here comes the countdown in about 9 seconds remain. So I have to keep up the good work, and this livery is all about to have the skills. We'll take one single step at a time, just like the main processor, for only one additional UDRS Inspotech livery, and some variants like the Terran Dominion, the seal of the Ori Calcros variation to have my own logo in it, and also yet the 5 Diamond Platinum variation courtesy of the J Sisters as well. Got to take the 6th position and go overtake at Kansaki. 5th place, down to 7.3 seconds left. Got to go right ahead and gonna have to get closer on G-Paul in about 1.8 seconds. The skills will be well made to test it and see how it goes for only one good hands-on experience to go pack up and race for the F3500- version with a B version as well. Sector 2 is clear. Now let's go again on Sector 3. This time I'm about to go quicker up and get faster to have a short second on the commit on turn 10 through 11. Gotta keep it nice and neat. And here comes the main side-by-side formation, so I have to go use up the apex to have myself to go for a backup moment. Okay, looks like G-Paul is slowing down quickly, so I got the good skills for the element of an upper hand. Okay, halfway point on the dirt lap, down to 5.8 seconds. So I have to do this quickly, so don't slow down yet. This is all about to have the skills. We'll have to be packed up to go for one good hardcore racing of the test. So I've been waiting for this moment. This race is only just the beginning for 2026. Only down to 3.7. Got to keep going and just have to go beat the gap in about 2.4 seconds to catch up towards Jay Weaver in position 3. The fastest lap time is 1 minute 39.503 seconds. And here they are right now to have few of them are about to go lined up in order to have both of them to have 2 in F3500-B with a Dunlop tire sticker and one of them in the F3500-A in Michelin tire stickers. Got to go quicker up on the commit, take the 9th turn, and steer well competently to have the eyes open to go follow the line and go clear exit after taking the 9th turn. Alright, so I got him on sight. Just have to keep up a little bit more and stay steady up on the accelerator. Just have to take one more lap. Just have to hold it in and keep it up to go for tougher as nails. Faster lap time update to put myself to go improve at a minute 37.176 seconds. Here comes the 4th lap. Better make sure it's I have to save it later on to go for the first 5 turns on sector 1, and here comes the straightaway once I have to get the hang of it. Got to go quick on the commit. So it's getting closer. So I had to go full offense and catch up to Katayama in about 0.5 seconds up ahead, along with the first place driver on the yellow F3500-B. Steady up and go. So I don't want to slow down yet. I have to keep going and stay onward. Once I had to take the 8th turn and give the left side position, is I had to give it for a full stretch. And there you go, viewers. Team UDRS Insportec is in the lead for the F3500-B, and one hard pack of the challenge has been well passed and cleared before moving on to take the final lap and about one more to go. Now that's what I call the skills of the BA F1 engine has a matter of experience, just like the B12 engine to the F3500-A. But if so, they will be more likely, if any other GT players, would be more quite possible to have a good hands-on experience to go listening to the B10 F1 engine to go for an E-Space F1 version. But test and well skill to see how it does, and I really hopefully it's going to get much more nicer out there to see 3 swap engines to be packed up and switches up, and perhaps highly expensive has to be well included as well, so you might have to save up enough GT credits. So here goes for the final lap, viewers. I'm about to take the lead and bring home the podium to have first position in about 1 second behind from the 2nd place opponent. So I had to defend the lead and go full straightaway, so I had to go for a quicker up and stay steady of focus to get back on the chicane at turn 6 through 7. Just one touch of the apex here, and the second one to go right over here. And there we go. That's 3.3 seconds, so I got myself to go skill for upper hand advantage. Much more easier to have one single race to go for a full 10 lap challenge to have one pit stop included. But this week it's going to get much more better out there to have ourselves to go for first steps and first starts of 2026 for the first week of January. But hopefully, it'll be more likely if we're about to go again for a different batch of the challenge, just to have ourselves to go for a backup as usual, as we're about to be ready up to go for a new set of the main part for a 10 lap challenge to go for a 1-step endurance. But we'll wait and see. And here comes the final turn to go for a full stretch at the podium finish. It's about to go clear and put myself to have first place for Team UDRS Insportec. So there we go. My racing work here is done and right at the scene to go finish in first. So I hope you guys like my new livery, and this one is about to go for first spotlight on the debut to see how it turns out to go for different appearances to have one set of the customization options on GT Auto. For a moment, taking the dirt lap as I did well on the minute 37.176 seconds, and the total time has now been doing well impressive for only one special race at Yas Marina Circuit for the Gran Turismo F3500-A and F3500-B. total time in 8 minutes, 8.750 seconds, and my good progress has been successfully to go for maxed out by a 5th checkmark and ends up here for 135,000 Gran Turismo credit by 50% as an added bonus. So there we go. 500,000 Gran Turismo credit on the ticket has been earned to go for a triple payday and work out on the mileage to go up in 202.8 miles for only one single day after the lap time challenge at Dragon Trail Seaside for the Pagani Zonda R 2009. Well, talk about doing a lot of labor out there for myself, so I just might need to keep up and just have to take some few minutes on break time, so I have to go for only one more minute onto the short animation for the replay. So let's have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to have a good look on the scene right over here to be take place right around in turn 8 and come around on turn number 9. Got to make sure to have the camera will have to be zoom in and wait for the scene moment out there. And here it is right now to go close in to have the next part. But close call for comfort to take the 10 and 11 turn before coming around on turn 12. But unless just have to go for a rewind a little bit. And there we go. Maybe just like that. And this will have to call for a day before heading back to the GT garage. A very good start out there. And I kind of think 5 races without having one event to go at it with a pit stop, and this is how we're about to take ourselves to go for only 5 races as the first week of January for the weekly challenge of this year for 2026. Much more impressive to have the first time ever to see the new revised for the F3500 one-man category after the original weekly challenges since the past update. But thank goodness to see how it turns out to go. Well, differences for the A version and B version of the F3500 has quite very amazing. And it turns out very nice, and I kind of like about this event is quite more impressive to be well exactly as a perfect moment. Okay, now let's have 12 gifts available, and thankfully this will do for a quadruple payday to have 200,000 GT credit has now been rewarded for the login campaign. But this is going to get nicer out there to go double up and go for a chain combo to be reaching up by 10 million Gran Turismo credit. So there you go. Almost there to be exactly at least in 60 million added with 939,000 Gran Turismo credit. Now I'll have to keep continuing on when I last left off since Christmas and have one 4-star roulette ticket is about to be on the green light at the go. So come on, give me some 500 Gran Turismo credit, or the 2001 Chevrolet Corvette C06 has now been collected, and there it is right now. Very nice to go for a Millennium Yellow, so I had to keep it as well, and that should do very nicely to have one additional batch variation to go for C-by-R counterparts. Very nice. Now let's go for a 3-star roulette ticket to go for a current lineup in order before Valentine's Day is going to be expected by coming up in February 14. So number 2 of the prize daily received is 10,000 Gran Turismo credit. If I stand correctly, and update to my current balance. So let's do for only one 6-star roulette engine for the category and see which one should I get. Give me something to have the best one ever yet. So I believe one of them, if it's going to be quite good and compatible engine for the Porsche 959 1987. So I'll have to keep it for a while, and then this will have to go for a second 3-star ticket as I decided to go for only one pick to go for a car selection or small payday. Okay, another payday as well, and 10,000 has been going up to my current balance to be up in 60,959,030 credits. One ticket perhaps, but not to mention is I already got one 3-star roulette ticket after moments to go for hard pacing labor on lap time challenges to go for the previous at Toyota Supra GT in road car for the Grand Valley Highway 1. And there's the Subaru BRCS 2021. Gonna keep it, and very nicely to be well deserved to have another kind of a modern day JDM road car. Sapphire Blue Pearl, obtained, and kept it in the garage. Okay, maybe at least I'll just save it for only one 5-star roulette ticket, so I had to go and use it too right now. Man, so far so close. I was about to get 1 million Gran Turismo credit, and this is what I get to go for only one update balance to go up in 61 million. Okay, just only have one more 5-star roulette ticket after this, and same goes to that. Give me something very nice. Alright, right at a good spot, and here is the 500,000 Gran Turismo credit to go update to my balance. Very nice for the economy, and just only have one more ticket left to go. Parts category and 6-star ticket. Okay, which one should I get? And there you go. One ultra high turbocharged RPM coming up, and compatible vehicle for the Mines BNR34 GTR M1 Base 2021. Sweet, nice, and 12 roulette tickets, and the credit ticket has been obtained and collected. So it's off to a good start for January 2026 as the first week, and we did good out there to have some 5 races, including with the Gran Turismo F3500-A and B version at Yas Marina Circuit for a brand new special race after the previous since the last month update for the original set of the weekly challenge. Times have changed, and everybody did good out there to have a good look, as I'm about to be using for only one B version for the Gran Turismo F3500 for the UDRS Inspirtech livery to go for a BA F1 engine. As for starters, this design is I created by myself to have a much more bearing resemblance to the A version of the Gran Turismo F3500. The decals and the Vision Total Drama logo on both sides on the roof, and it turns out very much more quite successful than my previous work. But there's more to that. I'll have to keep this one to be adding up to have some more set of color variation from my own OCs, and this one is my own kind of personalization as a blue and white trim variation in car number 35. You'll have to put me a lot of labor out there to be putting up with some new set of Inspirtech color variation to have my own OCs as well, just like the processor to the Gran Turismo F3500-A. But that would be quite good, competition grade, and see how it turns out to go 10 versus 10 custom race between me and my own OCs as well by using both versions for the Gran Turismo F3500-A and B version as well. Along with the Nissan GTR Cup and Circuit Gillespie Blue, turns out nice and professional tune 1v1 showdown between the Nismo R34 Skyline GTR C-Tune 2005 and the Mines BNR34 Skyline GTR M1 Base as a resurrected 2021 model. But in the end, it turns out well fast and go for the ultra high turbocharged RPM. It's the best thing to do by reaching up in first place. It's the best moment out there when facing with Hiroshi Okamoto in the Mines BNR34 Skyline GTR M1 Base as a resurrected 2021 model. But in the end, featuring professional tune car or one of the R35 GTR for the 2017-2017 Nismo counterparts and the T-Spec version for the 2024 model, turns out will exactly match and give a pack-a-punch, will be faster up, and go back on the rocks will feel the style of a reference. But in the end, both of them in previous generation platform for the R34 Skyline turns out to be A-OK and well-deserved match on the perfect to see how faster can it go if you're about to be packed up to go fully tuned, modified, and ready up to go for a 1v1 showdown on any courses if you're about to be planned to do some lobby or in a custom race. Other 3 events like Porsche Cup and Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix layout with no chicane, and I was so close to be reaching up in first place until Adriano Carrazza took over as I ends up in second, along with Daytona International Speedway in American Clubman Cup 600 by using the G-Reedy Fukushi will go American style professional tune car to join in session with some American road cars. And last but not least, European Sunny Cup 400 at Grand Valley South Reverse golden moment and have the retro supercar by using the Ferrari 308 GTB 1975 for the Total Drama World Tour variation of Team Victory. Well, looks like ready to move on and take the second week of January until Friday is about to be ready to wrap this up at the end of the current video, but hopefully I'll have to come back at Yas Marina Circuit for the GT F3500-A and B version for the 1-minute category. Just only have 1 week, and I'm about to go in free time session in about 3 more days left to go before the second week will be coming up soon until Friday. I'll have to sit back, and I'll have to do for only 2 lap time challenges is I have to keep up and work my way to go for a focusing gold record to be on the improvement. But I'll have to leave it to myself. Just wait until the previous lap time challenges from the past 2024 and 2025, and then my Gran Turismo 7 journey will be continued on. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone who will join in to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many more features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra will support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings out with some presentation showcase like UDRS Inspirtech, Total Drama fan art, and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries along with some fairies whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean.